Hello, all, and welcome to this evening's beer review. This is the seventh take. I think this is like the most takes I've ever had to do for a beer review. I've gotten quite frustrated already, and I'm just going to roll with it. If the camera falls off, I'm going to go and pick it up. Um, so the base is completely rotted off my camera, and it's been like sliding crooked for whatever reason. It just wants to be a pain in the butt today. So yeah, kind of a different angle now because I've been fiddling with my camera quite a bit. And look, as you can kind of see over here. Hey, finally, focus. My mom asked me, hey, how come you haven't put up your sister's painting? This painting from quite some time ago, '07 on the bottom. And I said it has been up. It's been up in the most appropriate place. It's been up right by where I go and review alcohol. As you can see, it's a bottle of Pernod absinthe, with an absinthe glass and an absinthe spoon and a cube of sugar. And those of you who've watched me for quite some time know about me and absinthe. So what am I dubbing this review? I'm not quite reviewing the thing that I said I had a surprise for during that hard seltzer review. Let's go and see if we can get this to focus. There we go. Because I had that RSV thing that's been going around, and that screwed me up. That kicked my ass very badly, especially since I couldn't take time off from work. Well, technically I could, but I would have screwed a whole bunch of people because everyone else decided to go and call out sick in my department, which is only half staffed because it takes forever to hire people, and people can go on leave for whatever reason they want, and all the various numerous joys of being a government employee. And I became a government employee because I wanted things like paid sick leave and holidays and things like that, good benefits. But it turns out I can't take it because I have a modicum of responsibility that most of my coworkers don't have, I suppose. And I know in the past that some people I worked with used to watch these videos. The people I currently work with do not. And so I feel completely free to talk shit about them because they make my life a living hell most of the time. Yeah, I hate my job. So, what beers do we have to review? Well, and I realized because my beer was getting warm after 7 takes, I put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to go and grab that beer now. So, I went to Whole Foods by my house for the first time in like over a year because I needed to go and buy a Thanksgiving pie. And I noticed, lo and behold, they are not as beholden to IPAs as it seems like every other bottle shop on the island is. They had this available, a Doppelbock. They had other interesting beers available. And I kind of wonder, how much control the guy, who stocks the shelves has on the purchases from the distributor, because the guy who was doing the beer there seems pretty well engaged. I was literally only standing there for like 15 seconds looking at the case, and he came up and says, well, what can I help you find? And I kind of pointed out this sort of beer is interesting. I'm not going to go and spoil it just yet by telling you, I just not trying to, be like, oh, you're a beer nerd. Well, how do you like this beer trivia? I was just genuinely kind of like curious and asked him a somewhat technical question, and he got it spot on. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to be reviewing that. God knows. I got a lot of reviews in the queue because things got backed up because I was sick, and 2, because it was holiday season, and 3, because I'm poor. But yeah, so I first reviewed this 2014, 2015. I was quite blown away by the quality of it. And I have to tell you right now that the only thing that's bad is that it's missing the little plastic goat. This is a Doppelbock style that I told you about earlier. It's like, why can't I find a Doppelbock? I love Doppelbocks, and I can't find a Doppelbock on this entire island. Well, So soon after that rant, I have found a Doppelbock, even if it is the same Doppelbock that I reviewed quite some time ago. And I am quite well chuffed to be reviewing this, which I should really get to because I've been yammering on for about 5 minutes now without even cracking open this beer. So this is 6.7 ABV from Ayinger. And let's read the back real quickly. Dark, malty, and rich. Ayinger, at the foot of the Bavarian Alps, is one of the world's most respected breweries, family owned and operated since 1878. Well, nothing to it but to do it now, shall we? Oh, kind of doing it kind of vigorously here. I guess I'm excited. And I'm hungry, too. All I had for lunch was some sherbet and beef jerky. Quite the combo, don't you think? Anyways, a nice reddish brown body, very dark. You can see some light going through it. It kind of looks almost like a lighter cola color with a beige head, thick beige head. Ah, that brown bread, that toffee. Toasted brown bread. Smells like rye bread in a toaster. Nuttiness. Very much malt forward in the nose. Just a hint of herbal, spicy, floral hopping right on top of that. Giving it a little pizzazz, almost as if someone dusted some herbs on top of that loaf of baking brown bread. Sorry for that little rattle there. I'm still dealing a little bit with that RSV, but it's nice to go and have my sense of smell back. Let's just get this onto the palate. Mm. Sweet, but not cloyingly so. Almost like somebody put honey butter on that brown bread right there. Of course, like I said up front, malt brown bread notes. Almost cola-like notes as well. Nuttiness rises in the mids. With a base bready, long finish, and some nice bitterness in the finish throughout. Just a perfect mouthfeel, not overly carbonated, but not flat either. Just the right amount of chewiness. Mm. The only thing I can say is that to really improve this beer, the only thing that would really improve this beer is by pairing it with food. It just seems like halfway there, when you're just drinking it by itself like this. You almost want to just have like some ham and potatoes with it, Christmas ham. What strikes me is that what I like about this is that it's so balanced. Very malt forward. Most of the notes are of, derived of the malts, which is absolutely to style. But the hops are still there. The hops are still there, providing, you know, um, a background note in both the nose and also there in the finish. It doesn't quite clear the finish. This isn't like a Pilsner. It's cleaner, it's a cleaner finish than a stout, but you're not going to get a perfectly clean finish with something as heavy as a Doppelbock. But it definitely helps that. There's still that breadiness there, that residual sweetness on the palate. Now, I'm going to try the top note right now, but the top note is really the hardest note to suss out. And like I said, I'm still a little bit stuffy, so I'm going to try my best to force some air up in there right now. Yeah, so the cola note and that sort of herbal, grassy, spicy note really shows up quite well in the top note as a contrast to the straight nose, which is very malt forward. The brown bread malt forward. It is really just so nice to have an enjoyable beer. Also, too, I haven't had like I said, during the holiday season, I've kind of had to go and cut back a bit for budgetary purposes. So yeah, it's just nice to be reviewing again. I kind of decided because January is dry January, and I always do dry January, that budget aside, I'm going to go and do reviews this December. Especially, since I get gifted things. So already, like two of these reviews I've received as gifts, so it's not coming out of pocket. So, it's going to be an interesting December for reviewing things. Let's put it that way. Doppelbock. So, Celebrator, Doppelbock from Ayinger Brewery in Germany. A definite must try for the lover of beers. And available now again in Hawaii. All the Whole Foods. Probably a couple other places that I don't go to town side because I hate driving in town and I have difficulties going to places that don't have ready available parking because I have anxiety issues with driving, okay? Especially parallel parking. Forgive me. I'm a country boy, country raised. I didn't actually get a driver's license until I was 17. Um, so yeah, just driving in the city is like intensely stressful for me. Always has, always will be. So that, folks, is your beer review for this evening. 7 takes, man. It was literally like almost half an hour just to go and get this one shot through. I don't know how people who go and edit and do all that stuff do it. I mean, kudos to them. But that's what I got to say. Cheers.